Alright, this is your fair warning. If you're squeamish, do not watch this video. This video is all about meat processing. So if that's not your thing, that's alright. You just go on and find something else to watch. For the rest of yins, this is day one of processing a pig. So I told yins I'd show yins everything I feel like I can here. So I figured I'd just start filming here instead of before, you know. So once you've got it to this point, you're gonna save what you need for liver mush and get rid of what you don't. And then just get it into the cooler, because all this meat is going to hang overnight and I'm going to work on it in the morning. If you made it this far, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I can't wait to show y'all the rest of this process. I hope y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Alright y'all, it's day 2 of working up the pig, so it's time to get all this meat cut up and cut off the bone. Now most of this is going to go into sausage, so we're just going to cut it off the bone and cut it in strips. And then you save your lard, add your seasonings to the sausage, and grind it up. Then got the pork loin sliced up and get it packaged and ready for the freezer. Then trim up your ribs and cut them in half and wrap them up for the freezer. Now it's time for round 2 of grinding up the sausage. Then we got to get it patted and wrapped up and ready for the freezer. And that's pretty much it for today. Now tomorrow we're going to make some liver mush, some lard, and some canned sausage. And that's the whole pig. So y'all make sure to come back tomorrow and I'll show you how to make the rest of it. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a great day. And as always, I'll talk at you later. Well, y'all, it's the 3rd and final day of working up this pig, and you know what? I'm tired. So let's make some liver mush and some lard and can some sausage. First, we're going to boil and grind up everything for the liver mush, add some water to it, and then season it. Then we're going to heat it up, and then add our cornmeal, and put it in the pan, and let it sit. Then we're going to start on this lard. We're going to have to cut it up into some smaller pieces, just so that it's easier to work with and it'll cook down a little bit better. Then all this is just going to be thrown into a cast iron pot and rendered down and put into some jars. Once it's cooled completely, it'll be completely white. Now let's work on this canned sausage. If you've ever had the canned breakfast sausage or the Beverly's, this is kind of what this is. So you're just going to cook your sausage down like you would and put it in your jar, wipe your rims, put the lids on there, and then pressure pan them. It's going to be different for everybody depending on where you live, on how much pressure you need and how long, but this is going to be 10 pounds for 20 minutes. And that's it. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'll talk at you later.